alleviating suffering. That's what my friend said was the goal of people in our field, right? The medical field. And I find that very interesting because I actually wouldn't have said it that way. Saving lives, right? That's the way me and my fellow residents joke when we were in training. Saving lives, living the dream, right? And really, we were in the job of saving lives, or so we thought, right? There's people here who are trying to die on you in ICU. You want to keep them alive. Hand them off to the next doc. You've done your job. Good job, right? But alleviating suffering, that's a different way of viewing it. Now, guess what? I am a doctor who doesn't cut people, right? An internal doctor, internal medicine. My friend is an external doctor. In Chinese, other Asian languages, internal medicine is the same, and surgery is called external medicine, 外科, which is really interesting because which one is internal, which one is external? But we never surgery, right? You cut people open, aren't you cutting inside? But somehow we don't get confused by internal medicine. But the whole idea is surgeons do stuff to save lives. I feel internal medicine, we deal with a lot of chronic conditions. People will die, but slowly over a long period of time. But as a surgeon, if you don't deal with this issue right now, they're just going to die. They're bleeding out. I mean, there's no medication I could do for this. I could order some blood products, but that's not going to solve the fact that your arm has been cut off and just gushing out blood, right? They save lives. But somehow he said alleviating suffering, right? He was saying he hopes that, he knows this is his goal, this is mine, and he hopes that many of our colleagues still have this goal. And it got me to thinking about that. See, in medical fields, right, we all have sort of different goals. But you would think we all have the same goal, right? We're all doctors. We're all there to, what do we say? Take care of patients, treat patients. But what does that mean? What is the end point, right? So palliative care, I don't know if this is your slogan, but have a wonderful death, right? Like have a good day, have a wonderful death, right? That's their goal. Their goal is not to keep people in suffering. They'd rather you die sooner, not suffer, right? They're the people who come to you talk about hospice, about dying at home, out of the hospital, about foregoing future medical treatments. Oncology, at least as a non-oncologist, it seems like their only goal is to prolong their life. Their success is rated by how many months can I prolong this person with cancer's life. I don't really care how much they're suffering because I see these people and it's like, wow, you're sort of miserable. But chemo kills you. Well, we don't say that, but many times chemo does kill you, right? Kills you through other methods, destroys your immune system, and then all these infections take over. But like bone marrow, like they kill your bone marrow and then they try to get you through that period of time and then they put in other bone marrow and you're like, that's sort of risky, right? But the whole idea is that oncology is to prolong life at all costs, right? So it seems like opposed to palliative care. And then internal medicine is to treat your chronic conditions so you can muddle along, right? In the hospital, all I do is put bandages on people so you live again to die another day, right? Basically, I don't fix stuff. I don't get you back to the way you were. I like to say that, I'm sorry, I can't reverse aging. If we could, that'd be great, but you're going to continue getting older. All I could just patch you up now and you could toddle along till next time you're hospitalized, right? I think that's the whole thing about, our goal in medicine. Do we have the same goal? And I would say that, theoretically we should, but we actually don't. And maybe that's why we have so many conflicts amongst the different specialists, because we actually have different goals. We all say we're there to help the patient. We have a different perception or a different idea what help means. How could you all help, right? I mean, it's like your little kid. They want to help out mommy, right? Or daddy. And many times they make a mess, right? Like mom was saying, my wife showed me this video. Mom was saying, you have to love her, but yet you're not going to eat her creation because she made her this delightful cake out of things that aren't really edible. But she's so proud of it. You got to be happy for her, right? She tried, but you don't really want to eat non-edible stuff like crayons. But the thing is, we have different goals, right? Your kids have a goal helping you, right? And you can say maybe they're misinformed, maybe they don't really know that much, but even as adults, sometimes you help somebody and you're actually hurting them. And sometimes you're trying to hurt somebody and actually help them, even though that's sort of rare more in books and stories. But the whole idea is that maybe that's why as specialists, different fields in medicine, we have so many conflicts because we all have a different idea of what help is, right? And so we actually have a different idea also depending on where we are, right? Older docs often have a different idea than younger docs, right? I mean, it's just that experience, wisdom versus young, motivated to change the world. Older people, like, you're not really changing the world, nor are you helping them out long term, right? Or you could have different places, right? In the clinic versus in the hospital, right? There's different priorities and different goals, right? In the clinic, you're like, okay, well, so I think that you're getting older and I want you to be happy in life. I know you want to be happy. So why don't we not worry about this A1C so much, your diabetes control? Just eat more of what you like and just have a happy life, right? And then in the hospital, like, your A1C, that's putting you on insulin. It's like extremes, right? Because we really have different goals. Unstated goals, unstated motives, unspoken, not discussed. That's why it doesn't work, right? Alleviating suffering sounds good, but actually that's not my goal in the hospital. That's not many people's goal. That's some people's goal. Prolonging life, that's often my goal, but definitely not other people's goal, right? Let's talk. Let's know what our objectives are so we know where each other is coming from, and then we can work together better for the patient.